Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Brad Reynolds, hashtag Think Nashville, Think Brad. That kooky hashtag I've been using for years, and yes, it's kooky, but yes, it keeps drawing you back in. Now, today's video is all about recent sales data for May 2025. It's both good for both buyers and sellers, so stay tuned because we're gonna jump into it about right now. While overall sales are down versus last year, we're seeing some good balance, smart strategy, and overall opportunity for buyers and sellers. If you're wondering if it's a good time to make a move, this video is purely for you. First, let's look at the data. In May of 2024, we had around 3,500 closings. This year, closer to 3,300. Now, while that is a slight dip overall, it's not as bad as you would think because we're about to take a closer look in depth at that data. Several of the surrounding counties, Dickson, Williamson, and Wilson, all stayed relatively steady, having either a gain in sales or reduction of sales. Overall, buyers and sellers are pretty evenly matched in these neighborhoods. Meanwhile, counties like Davidson, Cheatham, and Rutherford did have a 18% drop overall in sales, May of 25 versus May of 24. But honestly, that's a good thing because prices in Davidson County and in particular Nashville have gotten so high that buyers need a little bit of a reprieve. They need a little bit for prices to go sideways, flat, maybe even down to give them time to save money and catch up to where today's real estate world is. So now let's really focus in on Davidson County because 80% of what I sell is Davidson County. Sales in May for this year were 2541. Now that's compared to 2776 last year. And again, look, you could say sales are down, that sucks. And while it does, again, the market is becoming more balanced overall. So if you're a buyer, you've got more time to make a decision, get out there, don't have to rush. If you're a seller, make sure to position your house accordingly. Make sure you're looking at not only recent comps from the last few months, but also what's on the market today, what are you competing against, and of the properties that are under contract, have your agent reach out to those agents and say, how close are you to list? What kind of concessions are you given? Now jumping back out to all of Middle Tennessee, pending sales, 2695 versus 2706 last year. So again, properties under contract, waiting to close about the same year over year. If anything, that's encouraging that we've got more properties under contract, waiting to close than we did recent sales in the last month. And again, it all comes back in line with pricing. Currently in Middle Tennessee, not just Nashville, but Middle Tennessee, median prices on the home are around $506,000. A year ago, they were at $499,000. On condos, currently they've dipped to $359,000 from $351,000. But again, I say this is a good thing. Buyers need a reprieve. This whole world we're living in where properties were up 10, 20% a year the last few years, it was driving buyers crazy. They need a chance too. There's so many great people out there that want to buy, but the reality is their salary is not keeping up with the ability to buy a home. Next, average time on market. We're right at 47 days on market, start to finish average. Now that median is a little bit high right now in the low 50s. Now what does that mean? As properties linger, most likely in the coming months, both of those numbers, the average and the median, will go up. But be encouraged, if you're a seller, price appropriately. Don't just look at what's sold 6 months ago. Stay focused on what's listed now as your competition and what's closed recently. So one of our recent videos that you'll see up here in the top left-hand corner is Nashville turning into a buyer's market? Well, this video I think helps substantiate that it is. Current inventory for all of Middle Tennessee is right around 14,000 properties. Those are properties listed that are available, coming soon, and under contract. A year ago, we were closer to 10,000-ish properties. So year over year, we've got a 30% gain in what's going on out there. Truly astounding. But again, if you're a buyer, this gives you so many more opportunities, so many more chances to negotiate. And if you're a seller, price appropriately. You've heard me say it a couple times now, but it is so important when listing your home. So where does this leave us from here? Ultimately, we're in a market that is adjusting, not going way down, not collapsing, not fainting, not having withdrawals, just adjusting. And like I've said a couple times in the video, this is such a good thing. The last few years, whether you are a buyer or maybe even a seller, these crazy markets, these hard to understand comps, these prices that were out of control, these going and showing and seeing and getting there and there's already 5 offers on the property, it was never sustainable and never meant to be the way real estate was bought and sold. It should always be more of a mixed market where a buyer has the chance to show up, see the house, think through things, make a decision, put in a reasonable offer, and give a seller plenty of time to respond and get a fair price. But that was not the world we're living in. Now we are, and I think for the next 6 months to a year, we're gonna be in this kind of a market where buyers have the upper hand, but sellers aren't far behind on what they're asking most of the time. So if you are thinking about getting into the market, you need an agent who is pretty smart. I am most of the time. You need an agent who is experienced. I am very experienced. You need an agent who has sold a lot. I've done a lot of that. You need an agent with over 400 5-star reviews on Zillow. That is me. So reach out, we'll put a plan together, we'll put the pieces of the puzzle together for you to get you where you want to be. As always, think Nashville, think Brad. Call me soon. My contact info is below. See you soon. Cheers.